Hey guys, welcome back to the
Get in the Game Sports Podcast.
Today we have episode 1, first edition. What's next for Aaron Rodgers? It's a very controversial topic. And last week, Brett Favre was on the Rich Eisen show, and he said this.
Finish somewhere else. That's my gut. I guarantee you this, and I don't know this for certain, but I guarantee you it's got the wheels turning in Aaron's mind, which if that's the case, then that means that there's a chip on his shoulder towards the organization that otherwise was not there. And so all he needs is a reason other than this reason to expedite that.
Favre later went on to say that the Packers burned a bridge with Aaron Rodgers. The Packers drafted up from 30 to 26 to get him. I don't like the pick at all. What do you guys think?
So, my opinion.
My opinion with the Jordan Love selection is I think it's a great pick to continue the Packers franchise with a new starting quarterback. Aaron Rodgers, I think he should stay because he can teach Jordan Love the ropes in the NFL, and he can start for the next couple of years, and then he can end his career in Green Bay where he started.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Brent because I think that you always want a veteran quarterback on your team, and because he has a lot of chemistry with like all the players on the team really, and that bond is like really special, and you can't get that from a new quarterback that just got into the team. But I think the pick was smart because just like the Steelers, you are gonna eventually have a time where your quarterbacks, they're gonna like go and you're gonna need someone else. So you got to start preparing for the future.
Yeah, I believe the Packers. I think they did a disservice to Aaron Rodgers by picking up Jordan Love. I think the Packers really should have just sticking with Aaron Rodgers. He's done so much for this franchise, and I think picking Jordan Love now was not a good decision for mainly two reasons. First and foremost, Aaron Rodgers is a franchise quarterback, whereas Jordan Love has yet to play a snap in the NFL. And Aaron Rodgers has led this team to one Super Bowl and has won 2 MVPs. He has also led the NFL 4 times in touchdown to interception ratio and twice in passer rating, as well as once in passing touchdowns. So obviously Aaron Rodgers has the talent and he has the capabilities of taking this team all the way to the Super Bowl. And in this year, they were bested by a better Niners team. But that isn't his fault considering they had a new head coach in Matt LaFleur, and no one expected him to go that far. Next, Aaron Rodgers is on a 4-year, $133 million contract. So for say if the Packers were to cut him and the team who signed him, they would have to pay off the rest of Aaron Rodgers' contract and sign him to a new extension, which would be very burdensome on their team. So that's why I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Packer and he's going to be the starter this season for the Green Bay Packers.
Well, I think this starts to signal the end between Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. With this pick, the Packers clearly are making a statement that they care more about the future than now. If they're investing into the future by selecting their new quarterback, shows that they definitely care way more about their future than now. They don't care enough to give Aaron Rodgers the tools to succeed that could eventually get him over the hump to get to the Super Bowl, because they couldn't get to the Super Bowl this year, and I really don't see how the Packers have gotten much better in order to get to the Super Bowl.
All right, guys, great introductory statements. Samir, do you want to open your argument for why Aaron Rodgers should stay in Green Bay for the rest of his career?
Well, Aaron Rodgers is, as I said before, is a franchise quarterback. It's hard to, move on from someone who's carried their franchise and someone who's been a part of their franchise for so long. And he's obviously made a big impact, considering that he does not have a lot of weapons around him. And his primary receiver is only Devontae Adams, and really he doesn't have any other weapons in the passing game. But he does have Aaron Jones, which is a very good player for them. But
Aaron Jones cannot catch any passes out of the backfield. That's why he is so limited on offense. Which is why I feel like they should have gone out and got more offensive weapons for this offense. They didn't just to Aaron Rodgers. I completely agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with Sid, and I'm gonna say that although the Jordan Love draft was smart in preparing for the future, they could have, selected more offensive weapons, like Sid said. That would make it easier for Rodgers' futures, like saying that Rodgers would keep playing. He would need more weapons to succeed.
I also have a point to say about this. I think Samir is right in the fact that Aaron Rodgers is a franchise quarterback and may always be a franchise quarterback, but he is a declining franchise quarterback who cannot carry a team with limited talent around him. So eventually it raises the question, are the Packers the best team for him to win a championship with? And I don't think that's the end. I don't think the Packers are the best team that he can win a championship with its limited talent.
So if that's the case,
Yeah.
Rohan, then who do you think should Aaron Rodgers go to?
Well, Aaron Rodgers, I mean, if the Packers were to trade him, I don't think he'd go to the Bears or the Lions immediately. We could potentially see a trade like the Patriots, and then Bill Belichick giving some assets, and then maybe a year or two later, after Aaron Rodgers has joined his new team and he might get traded or leave, and then he could potentially join the Chicago Bears. Well, similar to how Brett Favre joined the Vikings to play against the Packers.
Okay. But I don't see Aaron Rodgers leaving the Green Bay Packers, given his contract situation where it's going to be hard to get out of it. And
Brent,
second, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to demand a trade.
Aaron
I think
Rodgers'
he's okay.
contract. Aaron Rodgers' contract. His contract expires in 2023, the same year as Jordan Love's rookie contract expires. If they want to make the most out of Jordan Love's rookie deal, they fully went into the draft knowing that they were going to trade up for Jordan Love, because either they're going to have to pay Aaron Rodgers a boatload of money, or they're going to have to pay Jordan Love a boatload of money. So there's no point in keeping both of them. They're either going to have to cut Love or Rodgers, and it would make sense to cut Rodgers because in 2023 they can earn $25 million and save that much cap, and they can use that cap to go after a couple of other key free agents that year to help Jordan Love possibly.
Okay,
Also,
once Aaron Rodgers gets cut or his contract expires, I think he's going to retire. And Jordan
Well,
Love.
how much do you guys believe in Jordan Love? Say Aaron Rodgers was to be gone. What do you think would happen to the Packers season next year?
I think what the Packers are trying to do, they're trying to try to simulate what the Ravens did with Lamar Jackson. Remember, they had Joe Flacco as their quarterback, and then they drafted Lamar Jackson early, and he has now become a big talent for them. On the other
similar to
hand,
the Chiefs also.
similar to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. But with Jordan Love, he is a second-tier prospect. He's not a Tua or he's not a Joe Burrow. So I'm not 100% confident in his abilities, and I'm not sure about you guys, but what do you guys think about Jordan Love?
But people thought Lamar Jackson couldn't be a quarterback. They wanted him to switch to receiver. Not everybody believed in Lamar Jackson, so there is still potential for Jordan Love. Also, with the Aaron Rodgers contract situation, there is an out, according to Sport Track, after the 2021 season. So that way, whatever team has Rodgers after the 2021 season can easily get out of his contract. So it's not that much of a long-term investment as people think it is. It isn't 4 years. It could only be 2 years if they want.
Well, Jordan Love could be either a bust or boom. He could be really good, or he could fail because it's obviously everyone's first time in the NFL. So I'm just gonna say if it's a bust, then they're gonna have a rough year, maybe a rough 2 years, and yeah.
I honestly think that Aaron Rodgers should get out of here in 2 years. Aaron Rodgers is a declining quarterback. He was ranked 20th overall in quarterback rating in 2019, behind Jameis Winston, Baker Mayfield, and Daniel Jones. So if the Packers aren't going to do anything to help him, then he might as well get out of here in 2 or 3 years and get some finding support elsewhere.
I don't think he's going to want to do that, though. I think he would be okay with guiding Jordan Love.
I don't think
into the future.
Brett Favre said that he's on the Packers to help them get to the Super Bowl, not mentor another quarterback. I don't think Aaron Rodgers he's not really meant to do that right now in the Packers.
And while Aaron Rodgers is not a diva per se, like Antonio Brown, he's not exactly the most locker room friendly person, which means I don't think he's gonna just go along with what the Packers have with the succession plan that involves Jordan Love. He's going to want to be the starting quarterback for many years to come, and I just don't see that with Jordan Love on the team.
Neither do I.
Okay.
I really couldn't say.
I think you guys all bring up good points. Like Aaron Rodgers, I don't think he's there to mentor another quarterback. I think he definitely wants to go out there and win another Super Bowl and improve his reputation. But overall, I think if this was to be his last,
how many more years does he have left?
Packers,
He needs to win.
Really
He needs to win now. He doesn't have time to be sitting around and mentoring another quarterback.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
Well, he doesn't have any time.
Well, in that case, the Jordan Love selection was not in the Packers' benefit because they should have drafted weapons, as Siddharth mentioned, because the only one they have right now is Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
and they need someone.
They needed a receiver they needed a wide receiver to bolster their attacking on offense.
Well, the notable offensive free agency signings include Devin Funchess, who hasn't really proven himself at any team in the NFL, and you got Rick Wagner, but essentially he's replacing Brian Bulaga, which is a downgrade. On the defensive side, they may have gotten Christian Kirksey, but how much can he really do for?
Exactly. How much can he really propel Aaron Rodgers on offense? That's how you have to look at it from a defensive standpoint. But Brent, how do you know that? What if Aaron Rodgers ages beautifully like Tom Brady and Drew Brees have been aging over the past couple of years? What if he doesn't need to retire early?
Well, if he doesn't need to retire early, I think he's the starting quarterback, and you have a Jordan Love as a backup in case he gets hurt.
Wait, so you're gonna draft?
I don't think the Packers went into the draft thinking that Jordan Love was going to be a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
From a contractual standpoint, they went into this draft thinking that he is going to become the Packers franchise quarterback in 2 or 3 years.
You trade up in the first round. You don't just trade up in the first round to have a backup quarterback without even trying him as your starting quarterback.
Exactly.
Yeah, Rohan does prove a good point.
If he's gonna be the backup, then they gotta help him in some way because he's a rookie. He's not taking a single snap, has no NFL experience. They gotta have some weapons around him. But the Packers have not drafted anyone. They have not gone after anyone in free agency. So even though they're not helping Rodgers, at the same time, they're not helping Jordan Love be better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
true.
Rodgers has every right to be disappointed in this draft pick.
You think
he has every right to be disappointed in the whole draft? I mean, the other draft notables such as
they drafted a blocking tight end who hasn't proven himself anywhere. They draft
with a draft grade of 5.96, which means he can't even become a.
Okay, so the draft of the blocking tight end basically means that they want to help out like Aaron Jones and stuff. They don't want to help out Rodgers anymore.
They drafted a running back who doesn't catch passes and a blocking tight end. So I don't know anything. I don't know anything else. I haven't seen any other worse draft. They have Aaron Jones. Like how much?
They have Aaron Jones, and he's pretty beastly. So, I mean, how much more are you gonna strengthen?
I mean, their wide receiving core is Devontae Adams, Devin Funchess, Alan Lazard. Some of these people haven't even got enough touches in this NFL.
Yeah.
And the blocking tight end, he was actually projected to go in round 6, so it was a huge reach for the Packers.
And Jimmy Graham has completely fallen off ever since the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the Seahawks. He didn't do much there. He got traded to the Packers.
Well, I mean, he's on the Bears now, so.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, whatever happens to Rodgers, I think he'll somehow manage to, get back and he'll be able to progress in his career. And I think Aaron Rodgers leaving the Packers, even though that might be the case, I think he'll still go on to, be good and, he'll progress. I think he'll definitely.
So is the question? Is Aaron Rodgers going to win another Super Bowl?
Well, you guys are forgetting how good the Packers did last year.
Yeah,
But they got
blown out by the 49ers, Brent.
Yeah, the record suggested that they were a better team than they actually were. And
Exactly.
they haven't upgraded anything in free agency or the draft.
But if you go back to the beginning of the year, people had doubts about the fact that Matt LaFleur was taking over. No one knew who he was. This team, they thought everyone thought that the Packers were not going to be as good as they were this year. And I think for them to reach the NFC Championship is.
But do you think that this
milestone.
decision to draft Jordan Love is going to strengthen the relationship between Rodgers and LaFleur?
No way.
No.
I think it puts a rift in their relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
So
else?
then I don't think giving it any more time is really going to help at all.
Well, I mean, it depends on what the franchise thinks and what they think is best for their organization. And honestly, if they think they want to go young with Jordan Love and build around him and get talent and get all these threats around him, I mean that's their decision. And hopefully, I don't know, it works out in their favor. But for now, I don't think is going to work out.
Yeah, even if Aaron Rodgers were to stay with the Packers for 4 years, like what was suggested earlier, I don't think Jordan Love would want to sit on the bench for 4 years, being a first-round prospect and all. Jordan Love would want some playing time. He would want to lead his team.
I don't think he's gonna sit on the bench for 4 years.
Wait, Brent. Then you're not making use of this young rookie contract, this cheap rookie contract. You're not making use of that. Then what was the draft pick?
The draft pick was Aaron Rodgers will play for the first 2 years, and then he'll go to the bench, and Jordan Love will prove himself.
But you're going to send Aaron Rodgers to the bench. Aaron Rodgers is not going to go to the bench. He's going to leave.
This year, do you think Aaron Rodgers will be the starter week 1?
Yes.
Why?
Okay, well,
He's their franchise quarterback.
dude, LaFleur literally betrayed Aaron Rodgers, so.
Well, also, Jordan Love is a raw prospect.
Very
He
raw.
does need time to develop. And Brett Favre, right after they selected Aaron Rodgers, was still the Packers starting quarterback for a little bit.
Okay, it matters about the Green Bay personnel thinking how developed that Love is. How developed is he like in the game? Is he like better now, or does he still need time to practice and everything? And then they can play Rodgers until Love gets comfortable with his team and everything like that.
I think from Aaron Rodgers' perspective, he doesn't want to mentor this guy. He wants to win now. He does not have that many years left. His glory days are long gone. So I don't think it makes sense for him to stay on the Packers. And then from a Packers organization perspective, I think that the draft pick of Love was somewhat good. It betrayed Aaron Rodgers, and I don't think he's going to stay here. But if he can turn out to be something good, then it works.
I think once Rodgers leaves the Packers, you'll need about 3 to 5 years to rebuild. This is when Rodgers leaves, because we're not sure if Jordan Love can carry the Packers like Aaron Rodgers has been carrying the Packers
over the past couple years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Where do you see Aaron Rodgers leaving and going to and starting? Because most teams have an established quarterback already.
the Bears, the
Patriots.
Patriots, the Bears, the
Yes.
Patriots,
The
Mr.
Patriots do not have an established quarterback at all.
And the Bears the Bears didn't even take Mitchell Trubisky's team option.
Well, I mean, they do have Nick Foles'
That's fair.
contracts, so that would be tough with 2 huge quarterback contracts.
Also, the
So,
Patriots are
I
trying to
think,
develop Jared Stidham.
Yeah, but in a year, if they realize it doesn't work out, they could go and trade for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Rodgers' best spot is probably, unlike you guys are saying, like Bears and Patriots. I think you would go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think Gardner Minshew, even though he's proven himself, I think they still need a franchise quarterback. They have no leaders on their team. Their defense has declined dramatically, and I think they need some leadership. And Aaron Rodgers can definitely bring that to the table.
What if
'Cause he is
what
not
if
only
no
a
one
leader, but he's a
what if
franchise
no one
quarterback.
takes Rodgers because they think that like he's just done. He's like had his glory years, and all he's gonna do from now is decline.
Somebody's
Then
going to take him.
somebody
What
will
if-
take
Too
him.
much of a resume for someone.
Abhi. Either you take the risk of taking him and he ages nicely like Tom Brady and Drew Brees, or you take him and he doesn't do anything. He still gets his money.
Also, with
Yeah,
the
but you're paying him. So.
also
I think he
Aaron
should stay
Rodgers
on the
and
Packers
Jaguars,
then.
Yeah, I think he should stay on the Packers then.
Yeah, but then are the Packers gonna let go of Love then after mentoring him? Because their contracts both expire the same year, 2023.
What do you think about Jacksonville?
With Jacksonville, I really don't think it's gonna happen because the Jaguars are a hot mess.
Brent, who do you take then? Does it really make sense to take both of them, pick them both up again in 2023? Who do you let go, Brent? Who would you let go in 2023?
I'm really going to go Aaron Rodgers. But if Aaron Rodgers agrees to stay on a later contract and be a backup, then I think it would be best for him to end his career there.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that's.
I don't think that's the best option for Rodgers. I really
Guys,
don't
I literally think that they, like the Green Bay organization, can build up Love as much as they can, and then when Rodgers really starts to decline,
then they need to bench Rodgers. How are you going to show love, Abhi? How are you going to show love and put him to his true potential if you're benching him every game?
well, you're not going to.
Preseason does not do
learned
enough.
from Aaron Rodgers.
He can learn,
Yeah,
but he can
he has to
learn,
learn
but
from
how
content.
much can that be implemented onto the field?
Yeah, because
I mean-
he does have to get practice on the field. That's where the real stuff comes from.
Patrick Mahomes learning from Alex Smith, and now that was just a miracle. Like we haven't seen that. We haven't seen to that level before. And although I'm not gonna doubt the kid, Jordan Love, I just don't see it because he's very raw. Like Rohan said before, he's very raw.
Yeah, in college, his touchdown to interception ratio was 20 TDs to 17 picks. That's not a good touchdown to interception ratio, especially for college.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, well, at some point, this whole situation is gonna rear its ugly head for both ways. For both ways, guys.
Yeah.
So that wraps up our first episode. Comment down below what you guys would like to see next. There will be an Instagram for this coming soon. This is Get in the Game Sports Podcast. See you guys next time.